وعلى آله وصحابته إلى يوم الدين ومن والاه وبعد. So give thanks to Almighty Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. And today will be our episode 4, episode 5 of Al-Fiqhu, Al-Fiqhu, Al-Fiqhu. Today, inshallah, we won't be using our book, Matn al-Akhdari. We'll be explaining this verse, this surah in Surah An-Nur. You know, the last time in our Matn al-Akhdari, we are explaining something, and I explained the verse in Surah Al-Nisa, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us that those who are forbidden, that those we shouldn't marry as men, that the forbidden women for us from our, and I've explained the verse from the beginning to till the end, walhamdulillah. So you can go back and check the previous episode. So now today we'll be moving to episode 5 of Al Fiqhu. So I won't be using the book, and inshallah I'm going to share the video so as to be beneficial for all. So the verse I'll be explaining today is the verse in Surah An-Nur as it has been displayed on the screen, which is verse 31 in Surah An-Nur, where Allah is telling us, well, after Allah has warned the believers to be careful of what they look, that they should lower their gaze as well. Now Allah has told the believing women as well in the following verse. Let's take it from the beginning. Let's take it from that of the men. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ, tell, O Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, tell the believing men, يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ, that they should lower their gaze, وَيَحْفَظُوا فُرُوجَهُمْ, and they should safeguard their private parts. ذَلِكَ أَزْكَى لَهُمْ, this is the best for them. This is the most purifying for them. إِنَّ اللَّهَ خَبِيرٌ بِمَا يَصْنَعُونَ, Allah is aware of of what they are doing. Whatever they are doing, their action, Allah is aware 100% khabir bima yasna'un, of what they are doing. So in our the following verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Waqul, that is after you've told the men, Waqul, then tell, and again tell, lil mu'minat, the believers, the believing women, yaghdudna min absarihin, that they should lower their gaze as well. It's not just for the men to lower their gaze, but a believing woman as well should lower her gaze. وَيَحْفَظْنَ فُرُوجَهُنَّ, and they as well should protect their private parts. It's a must for a believing woman, to protect her private part as well. She should safeguard her private part. You don't sleep like animals. You are not a goat. You don't sleep with people. You protect your private part for the person that has right to it. They cannot be those, but for the person that has right to it, and that is someone at a time, which is your husband. وَيَحْفَظْنَ فُرُوجَهُنَّ, they should protect their private part. Allah now continues saying, وَلَا يُبْدِينَ زِينَتَهُنَّ, and they shouldn't expose their adornment. That is, you can say Allah's yubedin, that is from abda yubdi. When he say wala, when he says wala yab, that is but when if he uses wala yabdina, you know, that's from bada yabdi, but not he won't use it because he's telling some people to do that. So in this case, it's going to come with the wazn of af'ala. That is what they are in the one that are capable of exposing it, of keeping of or not exposing it. They are the one that are capable of exposing it, and they are the one that are capable of not exposing it. Allah says, "Wala yubdina," they shouldn't expose zinatahun, their adornments, their beauty, illa ma dhahara minha, except for those that are clear, that are exposed from, that is exposed, that is the one Allah has given them the right that they can do so, they can expose it. And the scholars have differed on this walam illa ma, what are those that they can expose, what are those that are apparent from their beauty, their adornments. So Al-Imam Qurtubi, when he explained this ayah in his tafsir, what he later concluded to, that is that his conclusion after a series of explanation is that the what the verse here is explaining and is trying to tell us is the face and the hand. That is, they can expose their face and their hand. In fact, although there are some of the scholars who are of the view that it's a must for you to cover your face, and they have their view is, if we should if we should take look at it from with their own point of view, they have their evidences, and it's the best view from my own perspective. Even though women can uncover their face and their hand, as far as the Sharia is concerned. So, and Sharia is not about what we wish or what we think, but what's from Allah, and is the one that has the right to legislate, to decide. So they can open about the best is that they cover the face as well. That's the best. But that doesn't mean someone who does not cover her face is not good. And that doesn't mean someone that is covering her face will see the person who does not cover her face as if she's not practicing the religion of Allah. No. There are scholars who have the view that she can cover her face, that she must cover it, and there are scholars who are of the view that it's not a must for her. She can. None of them have said she should. No scholar of Islam has said a woman should not cover her face. There is no single scholar. When we say scholar in Islam, they are people who have attained the position of scholarship in Islam. So we are not talking about someone who we are not talking about an ignoramus who has been given. We are not talking of a ruwaibidah who has just been privileged to sit in a place or on a chair just to say rubbish. No. When it is a scholar, is someone who has attained the stage of al-mujtahid, al-ijtihad, and there are principles that guide that. There's a stage that it's a stage. It's not something you can just attain overnight. So that's that about that. As far as that is concerned, we advise women to cover their face, but it's not a must for them to cover their face. And this is the conclusion of Al-Imam Qurtubi, as I've said earlier, is that ما ظهر منها, that is the face and the hand. Although none of the scholars have said she should not cover it. None. None. None of them said it's not good to cover it. They all, but the when the difference of opinion is that, is it a must for her to cover it or is not a must? Some of the scholars said it's not a must, while some said it's a must. So that's the mahallul niza'. So that's that about that. So إلا ما ظهر منها وليضربن بخمرهن على جيوبهن, and they should cover بخمرهن. When you say khumur, is the plural form of khimar. We have explained that severally in our previous classes. I've told you in Arabic language there's khimar, that is plural, and there's singular, that is jam'u, mufrad, muthanna, which is the dual. I've explained that severally in our classes. So بخمرهن, that is the plural form of khimar. على جيوبهن, they should use it to cover their sides. على جيوبهن, and they should use it, their khimar, to cover their sides. It's not that a lady will wear an hijab, will claim to wear an hijab that doesn't cover her side. No. It is, something that covers your, it's going to start from the air, covering your neck, covering, as we've said, that it's not a must for her to cover her face. Of course, she's going to exclude the face is excluded, but of course, it's going to cover the hair, the neck, the side. It's not tight fitting clothes. No, that's not. You cover everything. بخمرهن على جيوبهن. That's the khimar. ولا يبدين زينتهن, and they should not expose their adornments, their ornaments, their beauty. That's zina. You can translate zina to any of these meaning. It can mean beauty, it can mean the ornament, it can mean the adornment. And of course, let me say this, for a woman, any woman that is of the view that it's not a must for her to cover her face, any Muslimah, that she should know that whenever she has used any form of adornment, probably makeup, lipstick, anything that that calls attention of a man, then she should know that it is a must for her to cover her face, even if she's not in the cupboard. If she's not in the cupboard, any day that she's going somewhere and she uses lipstick, she uses makeup, then she should know that for her, she has to use makeup that day. She has to use makeup because whether you use an hijab or not, you should. If you are not going to use an hijab, and if you are not going to use a niqab to cover your face, then you should not use lipstick. You must not use lipstick. You must not use makeup or any other thing. You should only your face that you, and the essence of opening that your face, of uncovering that your face, is just for you to see. Uh, so Allah has forbidden you exposing your beauty. So Allah now want to tell you, those who you can use makeup at their presence, those who they can see your ear, those who they can see your leg. خلافا للحنفية رحمة الله عليهم, that they have the view that the leg is not an aura, but their opinion is weak. May Allah be pleased with all of them. So, as of the Hanafiya, that have the view, the leg is an aura of a woman, is a private part of a woman. The leg of a woman is an aura. So, now Allah now wants to tell you those who can see your private part, your beauty, your adornment. Allah now started with إلا ولا يبدين زينتهن إلا لبعولتهن. Bu'ula is the plural form of ba'l, that is husband. When you say bu'ula, bu'ul, bu'ul is the plural form of ba'lu. Ba'lu means one husband. So that is, these women should not expose their adornment to anybody apart from their husband. Allah started with husband, and there is no limitation within what there is no limitation for an husband, as long as the marriage is still valid. As you know, marriage is a contract. Marriage is a contract, and we play with the prayer is that it's an everlasting contract. But as long as the marriage, the contract is still valid, then there is no limitation to what a man can see in a woman. You can view her from the beginning of her hair down to the toe. A man can view, can look at, can see everything, have access to everything in her body, except that which Allah has told us not to do, except whatever Allah has commanded us not to do, or where we shouldn't penetrate from. That's for the married people. Married man, a married man should know she should not penetrate a woman from the toe, from the backside. That is, it's not as if she cannot move in from the back, but he should not go inside from where she is defecating. No, he can play he can play at the place, but he should not enter from the part at which the woman is defecates. The part at which the woman defecates. No, it's haram for a Muslim to do that, and that's the place that is haram for all, or whether from the back side or from the front side when she is in a high period, when she is Then during administration, it's haram for a man to to have intercourse with a wife at that time. So apart from that, even not talk of intercourse presently, let's to look at to expose she can expose any part of that any part of her body to her husband. So that's one that is not limited. But every other one that Allah is going to mention after this, they are limited. They are limited. They are those they can only view your face, your hand, your leg, your ear. Places that will not call for that will not all the makeup that you are using. They all can only view places that do not attract someone sexually. You know, when you wear a mini skirt, your breast is exposed or your private part. Of course, that's going to call for that. You can only expose that to your husband because he has that acts he can have sexual intercourse with you. But apart from your ear, that of course seeing your ear does not cause for sexual intercourse, as long as the person that is looking at the ear is not your mahram, your leg. But any apart from that, your chest, no, you should not wear a cloth that exposes your chest at the presence of these people that Allah is going to mention after your husband. Now, who are those? How abai, your father. The first one is after the husband. You can open your وَلَا يَبْدِينَ زِينَتَهُنَّ. They should not expose their adornment except for their husband, and I've explained that there is no limitation in what they can expose to their husband. And Allah follow you out abahin or their father. There's limitation to this. When a lady is matured, you don't expose your breast to your father. You don't expose your private part. You don't open it without pants or even with pants to your father. You don't expose your buttock to your father. No. However, as long as you are matured, you are already someone who Allah is. I know I've explained this in the beginning of the book of Al Fiqh, Al Mukallaf. I won't go back to that. I've explained that explicitly. So in our previous classes. So if you are viewing this video, I'm sorry. This is Ibn Ibrahim Institute. Ibn Ibrahim Institute. We learn the Quran. We learn fiqh, hadith, tafsir. We learn fiqh, التعبير, الحديث, العربية, القراءة, Quran with Tajweed. We learn so this video we decided to share it around so that every Muslim will benefit from this. That's why we will be making this public, inshallah. So if I'm referring back to I'm discussing with our students. I'm saying I've explained this, I've explained that. I'm referring that is that's just for our students. That's just for our students alone. And if you like to enroll in the madrasa, you can join with the link below. أو آبائهن or their father. أو آباء بعولتهن or the father of their husband, of your husband. You know, the father of their husband. Your own father, you can see some certain parts in you, in your adornment, or the father of your husband. As long as you are married to someone, then that's because the father becomes unlawful for you. You cannot marry the child and still marry the father later. No, he has become automatically your mahram. Or abinaihinna, or their children. Of course, your child, your child can see your ear, your child can see your leg, your child can see those places in you. But of course, you don't expose your breast to your child. Well, yes, you don't expose your buttock to your child. You don't expose your private. That's just for your husband alone. So there's limitation to every other person apart from your husband. أو أبناء بعولتهن or the children أبناء the children بعولتهن of their husband. Probably you are the first wife or the second or the third wife. If the second wife give birth to a child for your husband, then you should know that any child that belongs to your husband, even if the child is not from you, he has the right of your own children. In when it comes to seeing some parts in you, you can open your hijab when they are there. You can remove your hijab at their presence. Of course, you'll be wearing a cloth that covers you, that's a modest cloth, a modest cloth. Of course, you are putting that under, so you can open that, you can open or remove your hijab in their presence. أو أبناء بعولتهن, the children of their husband, probably from the second wife, from the third, or from the fourth, or from the first. أو إخوانهن, or even those but let me explain this. أبناء بعولتهن, even if they have divorced, and as long as the child is your husband's child, he is your mahram. You can see, is your mahram. He can see you when you are not, while you are not using hijab. Or ikhwanihinna, or your brother, your elder or younger brother, he can see you without hijab. They see the same father, the same mother, or the same father, different mother, or the same mother, different father. Ikhwanihinna, they have the access, they are entitled to seeing you without hijab, with the limitation that we've explained before. Our bani ikhwanin, all the children of your brothers, the children of your brothers, they have the same rights. They can see your aura, afwan, they can see uh your beauty, your zina, your beauty, your zina, your beauty, your adornment. They can see it. Your aura is for your husband. Don't mix your aura, your nakedness is for your husband, but these people only have access to your beauty, your zina, your beauty, your adornment. They can look at it, they can look at your face if you are in a orbit, they can see the makeup in your face, they can just see your ear, probably if you are removing the hijab at their presence. How bani akhawatihinna, all the children of your sisters. This ikhwan and this is akhawat. Akhawat means sisters, and the plural form of akhawat is ikhwa. Ikhwa. Akhawa and taw marbuta. And this is akhu. Akhu. Oh, sorry. Akhawatihin. I'm very sorry. You can also call it, yes, ikhwati. That is my sister. Or ukhti. 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 It is correct. You got to say my sister. Ukhti. My sister. So ikhwan, akhu. The the children of your brothers and the children of your sisters. Aw nisa'ihinna, or your fellow woman. Yes. Any other woman have access to seeing any other woman. The fellow woman, your fellow woman, they can look at your aura. They can afwan, your zina. Aura means nakedness. When I say aura, then know that that's a mistake from me. But zina is your adornment. Aura means nakedness, which is for your husband. Why zina is the adornment, your ornament, your beauty. That's the zina. The fellow woman can see your face, she can see your leg, she can see your ear, she can see your hand. But of course, if you are modest enough and if you are matured enough, you don't expose the private part or your nakedness to your fellow woman. أو ما ملكت أيمانهن, or your slaves can see your beauty, your ornaments. أو التابعين غير أولي الإربة من الرجال. أو التابعين, that is the attendants. Those of you that the attendant, yeah, allowed to say slave, every slave. But التابعين are the probably your housemaid. Then not all of your housemaid can see your attendant or your housemaid. Not all of them are entitled to seeing your beauty. Not all of them have the right of seeing your beauty or ornaments. غير أولي الإربة من الرجال. That is, those who are not attracted, that don't have sexual urge. You can see probably someone who a daft. Yes, he cannot talk very well. He cannot speak very well, or a daft that you know that even if you can speak, Or you will know from his action that this person is not okay 100%. So such people, then they can be there while you open your face, because you can see that the maturity their being manhood is them is not complete. That they are daft, they are not complete as human being. Yes, they cannot have sexual intercourse. أو الطفل الذين لم يظهروا على عورات النساء. All children that does not recognize the nakedness of a woman. That is children, any children, any that is probably not like 6 months, 6 months old, 7 months, then 1 year, 2 years, doesn't know anything, not matured at all. But of course, this should not be you shouldn't take this too far. I believe someone at the age of 7, or in fact 6, in our present current time, this 2022 that I'm doing this video, I believe a child of 6 can enter and come out to tell his brothers, Umu dash 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 is very beautiful. Ah, Umu is, a 6 years old child. I'm telling you, that's a fact. In fact, someone who is not up to that age. So you have to be careful and should know how you are going to calculate your own playflow, your own children. That is probably a year. That's okay. 2 years. Or if the child is growing up, 4, 5, you now say because she went to a naming ceremony, he wants to stay with his mother. So you now say he is a small child. No, tell him to go outside, please. Or you should not open your the cup, or your they are mature enough. They are mature enough of telling they can. In fact, women, it's not all women that will just be opening your beauty. You know that you'll be exposing your beauty to. Because there are some of them that they will just picture you. That is, they will memorize how you look. You just make sure they know the exact way. They will now start telling people, she's very beautiful. She's like this. She's like that, and that is bad. That's not good. ولا يضربن بأرجلهن. They shouldn't. When you say ولا يضربن بأرجلهن, it means they should not strike their feet. They shouldn't strike their feet. That is by beating it on the ground. ليعلم ما يخفين من زينتهن. For to let the to give call the awareness out for people to know, to let the people know ما يخفين من زينتهن, what is hidden from their ornaments, their adornments, their beauties. Probably she's wearing a bangles at the leg, so you should not be beating you, or you are wearing a shoe that, or a shoe that whenever you are coming, it will be cocoa car. Oh, no, 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 no. You don't wear something like that. That they will be that they will know that somebody is coming. No, a woman should not wear that. And if you are going to wear it, you should walk in a way that you will not be using it to strike the ground for people to know you are coming. Allah now finished the verse saying, وَتُوبُوا إِلَى اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا أَيُّهَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُفْلِحُونَ. And repent back to Allah, all the believers, so that you may succeed. And repent all together to Allah, all the believers, so that you may succeed. Alhamdulillah. So this will be the ending of our class today. We won't be explaining Al-Akhdari at all. So this is our episode 4. Our classes are recorded. Alhamdulillah. This is Ibn Ibrahim Institute. All our classes are recorded. We have it recorded. We record them. So if any students, if anybody feels he wants to enroll in a madrasa, we record our class like this, and you have access. You can have access to it at your own leisure time. Our timing is flexible, and of course, you can enroll through the link below if you want to enroll in Ibn Ibrahim Institute. هذا وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. بارك الله فيكم.